Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video we'll be taking another look at Adobe Premiere Pro and the reasons why it's crashing either in the timeline or whilst exporting videos, or potentially you're just getting audio dropouts. It's very common and potentially it's all your fault. Keep watching to find out why. Okay, so in the intro, you've pretty much guessed it. It's pretty much your fault. Yes, that's right, it's you. Well, potentially it's not. It may be the fact that your client is actually giving you content or film which actually isn't compatible with your hardware, believe it or not. Now, Adobe Premiere has a pretty strict set of guidelines of what is actually hardware supported for video decoding and encoding in both H.264 and H.265 codecs. And potentially, if you're feeding it duff information, i.e. you're giving it bad footage, it's going to really struggle to render it or play it back, and that way you're going to get either choppy frame rates on your timeline or potentially you're going to get errors whilst rendering. Now, both of those are very possible. Fortunately, the good people over at Puget Systems have actually come together and put a list of what is actually supported and what isn't supported with various hardware graphics cards for Adobe Premiere Pro. So let's go over to the computer and we'll take a closer look. Okay, so this is the website, Puget Systems. I'll put links for this in the video description. So this is basically what H.264 and H.265 hardware is supported in Adobe Premiere Pro. So you can pretty much guess from the headline what it's going to be. So essentially, like I said earlier, Adobe Premiere has got specific hardware support for certain pieces of hardware which you may or may not be using. So let's scroll down through and we'll have a very quick look at what is actually supported and what isn't. So they've split it up into various segments. So we've got Premiere Pro, so this is H.264, and underneath we've got high efficiency video encoding, or H.265 as it's otherwise known. So here are various graphics cards which are supported in hardware with Adobe Premiere Pro, and as you can see there's an awful lot of red X's here in H.264. So the way to work out what is actually suitable for your system, look for your graphics card. So say for instance you're on a NVIDIA 10 series. For H.264, the only hardware which is actually supported for encoding is going to be 8-bit in 420 format. So if you've got your footage in any of these additional settings here, so 10-bit 420, 10-bit 422, etc., it simply isn't supported, and this is going to give you problems when exporting or reviewing your footage. When it comes to H.265, it is a little bit better, not great, but again, we are limited to 8-bit 420 for AMD, NVIDIA, newer NVIDIA cards, quick sync with Intel for 10th gen and also 11th, 12th and 13th gen. Now 13th gen and 12th gen here do have a little bit of extra support here for 10-bit 422 if you've got an Intel video card or a Intel CPU with integrated graphics, which will give you quick sync support. But for those of you on NVIDIA or AMD cards, again, you're going to be pretty much limited to 8-bit 420 or 10-bit 420. So you can scroll down here and find out what your media type is, but the actual probably easiest way of doing it is actually just to make sure that your camera is set up correctly in the first place for recording your footage. So let's head over to my Lumix S5 and we'll take a look at the settings there so you can see what I'm talking about, and obviously you can change the settings of your camera appropriately. Okay, so now we're on the Lumix S5 and I've gone into a subsection called Record Quality. So as you can see there, highlighted in yellow, we're currently recording in 4K, 100 megabit, and the actual footage is in 8-bit at 30p. So let's take a closer look at that and see what that actually means. So if we go further into recording quality, we get a little bit more information here. So if we go to the top here, so this is 4K 60, as you can see there, it is in 420, 10-bit, long GOP, so that basically probably won't be supported. If we go down to full frame, this is the one that I generally tend to use. So because this is 4K, we're using a correct 8-bit format and also 420, so this is going to be hardware compatible with pretty much most graphics cards from AMD, NVIDIA and Intel, with hardware support actually in Adobe Premiere. If we go down a little bit more, I'm looking for something in 422. I don't think I've actually got anything on this camera which does 422, but basically it's the bitrate as well. So that one there, MP4 That is 24 frames per second. As you can see there, we've got 10-bit video or 10-bit color reproduction rather than 8-bit. So that is probably not going to be supported for H.264. Again, what you want to do is go through what your recording qualities or options and choose one which actually is hardware compatible with your video encoder and decoder in Adobe Premiere. So I'm going to leave mine set to this one. So that's MP4, full frame, 4K, 16:9, 29.97p, and we're using 420 color, 8-bit depth. That is going to be absolutely fine and will be handled easily in Adobe Premiere. So there you go, hopefully that all makes sense to you. If it doesn't, I would suggest going over to the Puget Systems webpage and take a closer look. If you're possibly using Resolve as well, the same applies as with Premiere. There are going to be limitations of what hardware is supported. So don't think that just because you've got a whiz-bang graphics card and a great CPU and a fantastic system, if you're using the wrong type of footage in your timeline, you are going to have problems with potentially playback, encoding, decoding, or just actually exporting and getting a final result. So hopefully this video has been helpful too. If it has, smash that like button. If you want to see more content like this on a daily basis, hit subscribe and the chime icon and you'll be notified of future video releases. But for now, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.